You're listening to the Fun Never Ends podcast with Metalhead Nelson and Brutal Brett.
Hey, welcome to the Fun Never Ends podcast. I am Metalhead Nelson. With me is Brutal Brett. It's been a while for us, and I've been kind of lagging in on releasing the last two episodes, but catch them coming up. I'll release them. How you doing, Brutal Brett?
I'm doing pretty well. Life gets in the way. Don't ever... The listener should know this. We should be a luxury for them, whether they're headed into work, headed home, working out, just jamming out.
Or just listening, just for the fuck of it.
Exactly. I feel like a podcast is a here and there type of thing.
For your listening pleasure, here and there.
Because it doesn't take the place of music, but it definitely has a place within the day. I'm not sure when it is. For me, it's always on a drive, sometimes a workout, but it creates a weird vibe.
I can't do it during a workout. I can't listen to a podcast during a workout because I'm working out. I want the tunes to get me going. I wouldn't listen to myself talk.
I think that's why it's definitely given a weird vibe. Like, if it's comedy, it can work. You just need to be in the mood. But if you're, like, doing weights, no, never a podcast. It's more strictly cardio.
I can't imagine listening to a podcast or just, like, stand-up comedy and laughing your ass off at the gym. Be like... People are going to be like, what the fuck is this guy on?
I'm going to do that now.
I'm going to do that when I go back to LA Fitness, too. That was funny, man.
What are you doing? I'm doing an abs workout while doing arms, man.
I'm listening to George Carlin and laughing my ass off.
I was going to make a shitty joke and be like, oh, this Joe Rogan guy.
Sound like Pepe Le Pew.
Joe Rogan.
Oh, madame. I am Pepe Le Pew.
I mean, it makes sense. The dude is a skunk, so.
Yeah,
he's a real stinker.
That's a real stinker. Ha ha. Do. Oh, what do you got for us today, Brutal Brett?
I have
a real scorcher, huh?
Well, there is the weather, but I was going to bring up something else first that's been percolating across the many different timelines of social media, and that is Kate Bush running up that hill. Deal with God. I can't escape it. And it's funny because last year around the time, I was listening to that album nonstop. I was just like, this is a perfect summer album. And now that it's hit the timeline everywhere, just running up that hill, I can't listen to her right now.
And why is that?
Stranger Things.
I know, it's a Stranger Thing, but why can't you listen to it? Just kidding.
It is the song of the villain Vecna or whatever in Stranger Things, and I wish that they had chosen a different Kate Bush song, like Cloud Bursting. Great song, still catchy, but I guess it's because of, the way that Kate Bush goes, make a deal with God, make it out to far places, and bring me back here. And that used to also just be like my go-to karaoke song. And like, as of a few weeks ago, it would get like a mid reaction. Now if I did it, I'm sure people would be like, fuck yeah, Stranger Things, bro.
Oh yeah, that's a given right there, man. That's a given. People are gonna be like, whoa, man.
But my question is, I have a Kate Bush shirt. Does that mean that I am in vogue?
No.
I'm no.
Well, I don't know. If you have a Kate Bush shirt long before this whole thing with Stranger Things, you're fine. I mean, I'm not saying anybody that's into Stranger Things that got into Kate Bush because of the show. Hey, it's got a good soundtrack. Put it that way.
Oh, 100%.
It's got a good soundtrack. I compare that soundtrack to like the Freaks and Geeks soundtrack, which has a killer soundtrack. That is a tip top. Me and my fiance watched that. Oh man, I never realized how many stars came from that show into like the big acting scene. Seth Rogen, and
it's insane.
And what's his name that was in Pineapple Express as well?
James
Franco.
Canceled James Franco.
Yeah, the stoners.
The main girl.
Jason Segel.
Grandma's Boy. Yeah,
she was in Grandma's Boy. Yeah, I forgot. I was like, where the hell have I seen her before? And then I was like, hey, it's her from Grandma's Boy. And
You're the only other person who actually could mention Grandma's Boy. It was one of my favorite movies growing up.
I look out the window and there's a fucking king of the jungle.
Dude, your bed is a car. Yeah, it's a friggin' sweet car.
Where do you get your weed from? From you, Dante. Oh yeah, what's going on, Mr. Cheezel? We could go about this all day. There's going to be an episodes where it's going to be all about movies, TV, and quotes. So if you're prepared for this, listeners, then
that's going to be that should be a longer episode. That's just going to be cars, trains, and automobiles. The episode.
Oh, we should call it Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. Taken from a Kiss album.
And I'm all in for that. But are you a Kate Bush fan, or I know that your music taste is eclectic. How do you feel about?
I'm not. I haven't honestly. I tell you, I haven't really listened to Kate Bush, so I can't really say much. I haven't really listened to Kate Bush. I listened to Beth Hart. She's got a Led Zeppelin tribute album that's out, so I think she's touring the UK doing that whole thing. But she's got a tribute to Led Zeppelin CD. It's good.
I would say for me, liking this type of music came later in life for me, which is odd. I know most people are like, oh yeah, I grew up listening, or my parents did. No, for me, finding like synth pop and stuff like that, late 20s. I'm going to openly admit that my late 20s, I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to try a bunch of random crap.
And that's the best way. For me, growing up, it was more like soft rock stuff that my dad would listen to. Okay. When I went on to find my own thing, I remember when Power Rangers, the first movie came out, and my cousin had taken me to Blockbuster Music when it was still around, and I bought the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers soundtrack on CD. It had the Red Hot Chili Peppers doing Higher Ground. It had Dreams by Van Halen. I was hooked from that. And then as I got older into high school, it was like friends like talking about Black Sabbath and stuff like that. And then you got these warehouse music things where you can put on the little stamps, so you had to lick them and send them in, but you had to pay the separate shipping because they were 1 cent each. You get the continuous sending, and you'd have to cancel it and bullshit like that. That's how I got into rock and roll. It's discovering it on your own.
The funny thing is, my sister got me into like punk and stuff before like I ever really had a chance for classic rock.
Yeah,
which is mind blowing to most people. They're just like, wait, so you were into like punk and hardcore before you were into like Pink Floyd? I'm like, unfortunately, yeah, I had to get into Pink Floyd like in my early college years.
Honestly, I don't blame you, because it took me a while to get into Pink Floyd, and then I learned to appreciate Pink Floyd. I guess being into like prog metal, and then listening to like bands like Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime, that whole album, just the concept album of that, and then listening to like Animals and Dark Side of the Moon and The Wall, and you're like, holy shit.
That's really what it was for me. And yeah. I think for that reason, somewhere along the line, I really got into like just like female pop artists in general as well, because I got tickets to see Carly Rae Jepsen in October.
Will she call you maybe?
I hate that song. Okay, I will give you homework. Listen to any song off of her album Emotion, and if it doesn't make you want to dance, there's something wrong. Because that album, like, or just any other song of hers, is just a certified, just like, this is fucking happy ass music.
I feel like that one song was one that got her stardom, and it was a one-hit wonder kind of song that kept her still going. Everybody knows her for that song, unless you're a diehard fan and actually listen to the albums, then yeah.
That's what you think. And then you realize she was on the recent Coachella, and this show in which I got tickets to, or I guess my sister did, but I didn't let my sister know how big of a fan I was. She's just like, hey, you want to go? So it's almost sold out, and it went on sale today. I don't. Wow. There's no way it's just off of Call Me Maybe, unless I'm hugely mistaken and people really want to see that song.
I don't think so. I feel like that the people that actually like her, that will listen to her albums and songs and stuff like that, that really dig into that catalog that she has, whatever it might be. So
the album Emotion, it's just, it's one of those ones that I jokingly do it at karaoke, but it goes over well, because she's one of those artists where it's just like, yeah, I listen to her from time to time, but it slaps.
Yeah.
I wish I could play music during it just to show an example, like 30 seconds, just because it would be funny to see your reaction.
Well, I'll have to listen to it, and I'll give you my my thought about it after I listen to it on the next episode.
Fair enough. Let's move on to the next segment.
Since we're on the music subject, okay, all you guys know about this whole Johnny Depp, Amber Heard kind of trial defamation, whole mumbo jumbo, and yeah, Johnny won. So Johnny decided to, after he won, he flew to the UK. Hey, a lot of you who do know and don't know, Johnny Depp is a musician. He's a guitar player. He's on tour with Jeff Beck. He showed up with Jeff Beck. He's staying on tour in the UK to finish off the whole tour with Jeff Beck. and they have an album coming out too. And from what I read, Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp had recorded this pre-pandemic, and it's getting ready to release. So those of you who don't know, he's part of the Hollywood Vampires too. That band consists of Alice Cooper, Joe Perry of Aerosmith. I think I was lucky enough to go see Stone Temple Pilots at the Rose in Pasadena, and the cool thing was, I think, if I'm not wrong, I know Joe Perry came out. I think Johnny Depp came out too. I don't remember. But
I do have one thing. There are, one person who I believe needs to be added to that group who's not in it. Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman. My friend went to NAMM. NAMM was this past weekend in Anaheim. Corey Feldman showed up.
He is. I take it you've listened to his music in recent years, correct?
No, I haven't. I have not.
Let's pretend I didn't even say he had music. It's one of those things where it's just a train wreck, but the music videos are sight to behold.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful tragedy.
A beautiful tragedy.
But, at least he exposed pedophiles in Hollywood or something like that. Go him.
Oh, yeah. So I was right. I'm Googling this. Yeah, I was at that show, the Rose in Pasadena. It was in March 8th. Stone Temple Pilots. This was an encore. Johnny Depp and Joe Perry of Aerosmith came out, and they did, what was it? Toys in the Attic. So, and Sex Type Thing. So,
yeah.
Depp came out for the end of the set for Down before Joe Perry made his appearance for Toys in the Attic, and then they did Down, Sex Type Thing. So, that was pretty cool.
And you just get the crazy encores. Like, whenever you mention a show, it's just like, oh yeah, this person came out.
I guess you have to be at the right place at the right time. I got that ticket like last minute. Like, I'd gotten off of work. I went on to Ticketmaster to see if they released any new tickets. Scored $35-$40. Go see them at a club in Pasadena, which no longer exists. But, well, if you go to any of the canyons, it's about the same.
Not wrong about that. The one out here by me is just all country.
Well, I looked at the lineup. I mean, they had pretty good.
They have some cover bands, but it's very sparse compared to the country.
Well, you'd have to go to like the other one, the
Gura one. That one's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to that venue once.
Great sound in there, but just a schlep for either of us.
Yeah, I go to the Montclair one. It's closer to me.
I need to try that one.
So it's pretty good. But the whole Jeff Beck thing, and he's on the road, and kudos to him, and the whole
made a TikTok.
Yeah, and overnight, giant followers.
That just proves that he's trying to get his social media and everything back.
And I read somewhere that a former Disney exec says Depp should go back to being Jack Sparrow in the movies. So I don't know. But here's my thing about Johnny Depp. Seeing Keith Richards in Pirates, if anybody can do Keith Richards in a Rolling Stones biopic, Johnny's the man. Think about
100%.
it. Think about how he dresses as friggin' Jack Sparrow, and look how Keith Richards does. He's all like sloppy, drunk, and everything. Oh, like this,
Keith Richards is still the wildest old man.
He outlived everybody else.
Hey, Paul McCartney is up there with how wild his shows have been lately.
Paul McCartney.
Is that something that you'd want to see Paul McCartney in 2022?
No, he's not even one of my favorite Beatles. My favorite Beatle was George Harrison.
I'm not. They're one of the bands where I know so much of their music. I think I've talked about it before. I can't say that I enjoy the Beatles.
I can only enjoy like a few songs. I can't listen to them as much. And then, honestly, I prefer the Stones. I'm a Stones guy.
100%. 100%.
Because the Stones were in your face. Yeah, they were in your face. Blues, rock and roll kind of thing. Beatles, they were like major pop and rock influence and psychedelic and all that. I don't know. It's all about taste. Everybody has their own taste. So let's just leave that.
Yeah, we grew up beyond that where we didn't have to pick and choose that. I'm not even sure what the biggest musical, feud for us would be.
I couldn't tell you.
NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? No, I think for our lifetime it was probably Blur and Oasis for Britpop, but even then we were probably the tail end of that, being rather young.
Yeah. Speaking of British, Def Leppard has their own own channel on SiriusXM now. They just released their new record. They hit the road on the stadium tour with Poison, Motley, Joan Jett. I think opening band is like Derek Day or something, but that's going to be a huge stadium tour. And also Def Leppard played the Whiskey A Go Go as part of the Small Stage series. You can look it up on YouTube. Type in Def Leppard Whiskey A Go Go on SiriusXM, and yeah, they played a small stage about a week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so check it out on YouTube, and you'd be able to find it and search it up.
Was it for a crowd, or was it?
It was for a crowd. It was only for SiriusXM subscribers. You had to try to get tickets, either win it or I don't know how you got tickets. I'm a SiriusXM subscriber, but I didn't even look into how to get tickets for it. So
that's insane.
Yeah, even okay. When Kiss had their own channel for a little bit, I think it was during their Rock Hall induction thing, and they played the Whiskey. You can look that up too.
It reminds me of when GNR did it as well.
I'm not surprised because that's where GNR started, was the Sunset Strip.
Yep.
It's like playing a hometown show pretty much.
I think it was one of their first shows of, their whole quote unquote reunion.
Yeah, so
that's still Def Leppard playing that.
Yeah, it sounds good. It's mixed well too, but that's a small club gig.
I would 100% see them with Joan Jett, but the rest of the band, Poison and Motley Crue nowadays.
I've seen Vince a couple times. I've seen Motley twice. Vince Neil with solo twice.
I would not see Vince. I would go for the riffs, but just hope that Vince doesn't have a microphone.
Okay, thing you got to know about Vince when he's solo, his backing band is the same band that backs Slaughter. Same band. Slightly different drummer at the moment. So, but yeah, same band. Slaughter's band is also Vince Neil's backing band.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So at least that. So it still has riffs. It's just a matter of Vince Neil having to not sound like wow.
I gotta show you the video that I took when I saw him over at Huntington Beach at Sammy Hagar's High Tide Beach party. So you can hear it.
I mean, have you seen the drunken cameo that he did for someone?
I've seen the whole thing where it's like it wasn't a drunken cameo that I saw. It was like a YouTube thing. It's like somebody subbed out like something hoarse or something, and it sounded like.
In this case, it's Vince Neil, and it's just like, what up, it's Vince Neil?
Yeah.
Kicks out my heart, all that. Have a good 40th birthday. This is from Debbie, Mom, hey, him and Mr. Feelgood. Goodbye.
Every time I hear Motley Crue, I think Hot Tub Time Machine.
Fair.
Motley Lugal. Oh man, good shit.
Know what else was good shit? Double or Nothing.
Oh my god, Double or Nothing was pretty badass. I didn't get a chance to watch it like you did, dude, but just seeing like the highlights, it's cool to see that Adam Cole and his girlfriend Britt Baker both won the Owen Hart championship thingamajig. So CM Punk is AEW champion, but due to injury, he had to relinquish the title, and there's going to be an intermittent championship. There's a battle royale that's going on tonight. The winner takes on Jon Moxley at the end of the month's Forbidden Door with New Japan, AEW, and then when Punk comes back, Punk's going to face whoever the champion is and unify the titles.
I saw that, and that's going to be incredible.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. Anarchy in the Arena. I just barely saw the highlight of that match within a 2-minute video. If you guys don't know, it's the Jericho Appreciation Society versus you got Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson, Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz going at it throughout the arena in Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena.
It was more than just the arena.
Gasoline, barbed wire tables, all
using the cameras,
using the turnbuckles. Throwing somebody into the freaking wall outside and like
throwing someone into the merch table. And there's a video showing how all that was planned.
Yeah,
and that blows my mind.
Yeah, Jericho talked about it, like how that whole deal after the demise of the Inner Circle and how that all came about and the whole match So
the way that they had to have that planned is so just, I don't understand it. It looked like anarchy.
Yeah.
It felt like it, sounded like it.
It's all about good storytelling. It's really about telling a story, and you get everything correct, and, there it is.
You get, what was that like? I think there was a 20-minute time limit for that, and every minute of it, my friends and I were just like, what the fuck is going on? This is mustard, gasoline. It ended because they were choking someone out.
Right. That with the turnbuckle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was tied around his neck. I think he got a KO because of that in general.
Oh, yeah. He passed out. It's over.
So it just ended like that, and you're just like, how are they going to rebuild the ring within the time for the switch over for the next match?
Stall.
And that's exactly what they did. They did not show anything from the ring. They just showed the announcers, and that was it.
Speaking of which, AEW, if anybody's fans of, there's a thing called Prestige Wrestling that's coming to Pomona, California. The Dark Order, Lee Moriarty, will be over in the Glass House in Pomona for Prestige Wrestling. I believe it's the end of the month, like the 25th, Saturday in Pomona. I think tickets are like $40 standing room, but looking up prestigewrestling.com and you can see all the info and the lineup. I think Keith Lee's girlfriend, Mia Yim, is also wrestling.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you watch the last AEW event, the one from last week?
They were in LA. I know that for a fact.
The Ontario one.
I saw clips of that. I don't really get a chance to watch the whole show. I always go on YouTube and watch clips because I don't want to pay for Sling TV. So.
Athena fought.
Quite a few people fought, actually.
Yeah, it was. I only know because my friend went to that as well. He was just like, well, shit, I just paid for this, double or nothing. Might as well go to this too. I'm just go you, man.
Hey, I wanted to. As much as I wanted to go to Rampage in Ontario, it would have been so cool to go, but there will be future ones. And it was the Young Bucks' hometown, as well as Scorpio Sky is from Monrovia, so it's a hometown show for them. Yeah,
he was like, oh yeah, I paid $70. Here's my seat. He looked so damn close for $70. It blew my mind.
I was looking at the ticket prices. They weren't that bad. Other parts of the arena were like $29. If you wanted to sit ringside or around the ring, it was like $125.
Not bad at all.
Not bad. And the other ones, if you're wanting to be where the hard cam is to be seen, it was like $77 or something like that. But you think about all the Ticketmaster fees, that's where it adds up. $29. You just pay $29. You're gonna pay $29, but we're gonna add all these fees. In total, you're gonna pay $70.
You're not wrong. We need a fee to have a fee.
Think about it. All these ticket companies, fees, Live Nation fees, these fees. Ticket Web has short amount of fees, I feel.
Yeah, it's usually just tax and electronic service fees.
Same with brown paper tickets and there's a couple other sites. Even if you go put in stuff on Eventbrite, it'd be less.
Yeah, true. But when I think of it, for something like that, paying $50 in the end, that's the same price that you would get for watching it at home, more or less.
Yeah, that's $50. You get pay-per-view, double or nothing, $50. Bleacher Report.
I still couldn't believe it was that much when he told me, but it's worth it. You get 6 hours out of it?
Yeah, you get a good amount of wrestling.
So it's $10 an hour. That, to me, that pays for itself.
Yeah, it's still good, man. So it's good for sure. So moving on to, if you're in SoCal, the heat is here. My favorite time. I love it.
This brings up a question I'm going to have. Are we conditioned to like summer just because of, it was when school was out as a kid, or do we actually enjoy it?
I actually enjoy it. Summertime, my birthday, getting out and just being able to wear t-shirts and shorts.
See, that's I used to be that way. I used to be the shorts year round. I live in SoCal. Screw it. And then I was an idiot who got overly tattooed. And that time of year becomes, what does your tattoo mean at time?
Oh, got it.
Or wow, you're very colorful time. Or how many hours you got time. And you have to tell people, look, they don't mean anything. I honestly forget most that I have.
Or you can just not tell the person, or just change the subject and not acknowledge the person that asked.
There's that, or what I've been doing the past 3 years of my life, which is dumb as hell, covering them up during the summer and just sweating it out.
See, I don't know how anybody could do that. I understand for like work, but in general, like I would.
That's how it started. Was work, being a teacher, and now it's just become so ingrained in what I do that I'm like, I just like even on like the weekends, I'm just like, oh, it's gonna be 90 out. I'll still find a way to wear a long sleeve. Oh, will I still wear shorts? Yeah, but somehow I'll still wear a long sleeve just to not show all the tattoos. I don't know why.
Well, why don't you just get one of those fake sleeves that look like a skin tone kind of thing? I've seen people, like truck drivers, wear those. They just cover
I should do one further. I should get those fake Ed Hardy tattoos.
Oh, wow. Do it, man.
Just get it. People be like, oh, why are you wearing that? Take it off. I have real tattoos. And they're just like, what's going on?
What's going on? Yeah.
No, but why else do you like summer? So your birthday either is going out more?
Going out. Hey, I love summertime, man. Summertime, I feel like, I don't have to bundle up. I can go outside without having to worry about putting on a jacket. I hate it. I enjoy the sun. I enjoy the heat.
I feel like summertime is a very metalhead season, though, and especially if you're into thrash, because it's just like, oh, what are you going to wear? I'm going to cut my jeans into shorts. I'm going to pull out my high-top Reeboks. I'm going to wear my sleeveless tee, and I'm just going to get a nice cold beer in my hand, crack it open, and have some guitar riffs playing, because America.
Everything but the beer.
Yeah, I don't drink.
I quit.
But you quit?
It's going to be 4 years.
I salute you on that. As a fellow straight edge man, it's been my whole life here. But that's, I don't know. I tasted a sip before. I just couldn't get into it.
Not for everybody. It's an acquired taste, to be honest with you.
And then I try to think of like, how do people drink so much to get drunk? But that's another conversation. I guess it's just because it's just like, does the end result outweigh the fact that it tastes like crap?
Tastes like garbage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Some, there was some alcohols that I can't even stomach. I can't even do it, man. I'm very selective when it comes to like beer, liquor, and like wine.
I feel I would be the same way, but I think it's just because even like eating wise, I'm a very like texture heavy type of eater, where if it has a texture that just doesn't make sense to me, I'm just like, nah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I get you for sure.
I'm trying to think of a food like that where it's just like, nah, it doesn't make sense, so I don't like it.
It'll come to you.
There's a few.
Quite a few, eh?
Before going vegan, I used to eat really weird ass combinations.
What was your combinations that you would?
Peanut butter and cheese.
I can't say that's a bad combination because you think about like those toasted crackers, the cheese crackers with the peanut butter in it.
You're the only person to agree with me on that.
Come on, Ritz, the little sandwiches.
It's because in this case, I did this as a way little kid. My thinking was, okay, you get the like creamy saltiness of the cheese.
Yeah.
Because it was Kraft because, garbage.
Yeah.
Then you get peanut butter and you get more salt and like a good mouthfeel.
But you get the sweetness of it too. It's like a sweet and salty kind of thing. And
then sometimes I would put cereal in it.
Hey, that's not bad.
For crunch.
There you go. What kind of cereal?
Cap'n Crunch.
Oh yeah, kryptonite for kids.
That's exactly what this
kryptonite for kids, and it'll turn the top of your mouth like sore completely.
I like how this is just known fact for anyone who eats it. It's like, oh yeah, it destroys my mouth, but
it hurts my mouth, but it tastes fucking good.
Fuck you, Captain.
Yeah, Cap Crunch my ass. Oh, I'm in pain.
Captain, your fucking mouth is gonna burn.
Would you like some painkiller?
Oh, that. It's not painkiller. This is not painkiller. Yeah. You had to have had some weird food combination as a kid, or just in general.
Yeah, I've had weird food combinations, man.
That you created, though.
That I created?
Yeah.
Man, I gotta think back on this, to be honest. I'm the kind of guy that would, growing up as a Chinese Vietnamese guy, yeah, rice is your go-to kind of thing with like dinner and such like that. You always have to, when there's not something to go with it, I improvise. There's some things I improvise. People think it's weird, but like, I don't know. I'm one to put like ketchup on rice and stuff, like hot dogs.
I don't think that's weird.
Hot dogs with your eggs. That's not weird. Spam and eggs is not weird, but certain people don't like it. Like how people don't. There's certain people who doesn't like cream cheese with jelly on it on a bagel.
That's amazing too.
Yeah, it is. Or
maybe I'm just weird because ketchup and rice is such a good combination.
Well, if you have Spanish rice, it's about the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing.
That's where my brain was going.
So this got to be something else that I do. Something I do with like a burger sometimes that I don't know. I have to have like something specific to go with it, or putting like chips in your sandwich or French fries in your burger.
These things are all, to me, I guess they come natural, but I guess they're considered weird. I don't know. I
guess everybody has their own niche that they go to, and it's, so.
No, you're not wrong. I guess I blame watching, throughout college, the only thing I mainly watched was Food Network.
Oh, I love Food Network and Travel Channel.
The only things I would watch were those two channels. That's it.
Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Man versus Food.
Every Friday, there was a Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives marathon.
This is Diners, Drive-Ins, and Drives with Guy Fieri.
That's bananas, and bananas is good.
Where you go like, bam, like Emerald.
The shitty thing is,
puck kind of guy.
Before I bleached my hair again, it was looking pretty Guy Fieri-esque the last week or so. That's why I was just like, oh shit. It went from, I look like I'm in the 90s with, bleached hip and everything to, I'm rolling out looking for America's Greatest Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
I like that show, to be honest with you.
So do I. I used to think Guy Fieri was just like one of those memeable types of people. No, he's a really good philanthropic person, and he gets shit for no reason. So I will say it first. If you talk shit on Guy Fieri, I have a problem with you.
Yeah, you'll make this guy Fieri us. I had to do it. Going back to food, I don't know, man. I'm one of those that I'll love everything, almost everything on like the whole Grill Mall menu, even though I haven't tried everything on there.
Have you had the behemoth?
I haven't. My go-to is the jump in the fryer.
Oh, that's a great one. I had the behemoth once. It was the only thing I ate for the day, and then I slept.
It's a half-pound burger. It's a half-pound burger. Of course, it's going to be the only thing you eat all day.
A half-pound burger with 2 grilled cheeses as the bun.
Now, that's what I call good eat. Or you get a jump in the fryer with waffles, buns, maple syrup, deep-fried chicken tenders. So you have your, and the sriracha. It was like a sriracha mayo.
I need to go there again. They do have vegan options. I wonder if that's one of them.
I don't know. Maybe. I haven't been there in a hot second, so it's been a while for me too. Now I'm curious.
There is one place I'm going to this weekend. One of my favorite spots, Burger Lords, is having a collaboration with the band Joyce Manor. They're like a pop punk band from Torrance, but they're usually just a burger spot, and they have breakfast burritos on the weekend. But since they're doing a collaboration with the band, doing California burritos.
Oh, interesting.
And vegan California burritos, well, you could get them at most places around here since, it's California, it's part of the culture.
Yeah.
Many are just not that great. There's exceptional ones, and then there's just, this is fine. I believe that theirs will be one of the exceptional ones.
Oh, will they?
It just means I have to travel to Highland Park or Chinatown.
Oh, God.
Both areas in which I absolutely hate.
I don't blame you. I don't like it myself down that way. I used to go to Chinatown for Howlin' Ray's, the Nashville hot chicken. I would go like once in a while, go on like early on a Saturday or Sunday, take the Gold Line all the way down to Chinatown and just wait until it opened. Be like 10th in line, get the food and get the fuck out.
So you're like me. If you know you want one thing for the day, food-wise, and you know that area sucks to get to, you'll go incredibly early, take it home, and that's it. Because you just don't want to fucking deal with it. You're just...
Exactly. Go early. Well, why not?
That's 100% what I do.
So...
Are you looking up the Grill Hall menu?
I am. Well, I'm on their Instagram. I'm actually kind of curious of what they got.
I know that it used to be a thing where if you got Grill 'em All tattooed, they would give you Grill 'em All for free for life.
I think it's still a thing. I'm not too sure sure, but I think you're right.
In this economy, shit, I would do that.
Why the fuck not? Why the hell not? Get a tattoo and,
10 burgers pays it off.
There you go. I think I remember it was like a Monday kind of thing, or I forget what day it is that they give you vegan options. I'm not vegan. I know you are. But
Probably Meatless Monday.
Maybe. Because I know Mondays are Mayhem Mondays kind of thing. I don't know.
Mall website.
Yeah, I think I've had the Power Slave before, or the Paul Boloff. I know I had that one. The pastrami. Ooh, yes. And the Cowboy from Hell. Ixnay, the jalapeno bacon, or jalapeno in general.
Let's see.
I'm pretty sure they have the option too somewhere, but yeah.
Oh yeah, they say sub veggie patty,
There you go.
which I'm sure is just like impossible.
That's impossible, I say. Impossible.
Oh yeah, their deep fried bread pudding was amazing too.
I haven't had their desserts. I only had their burgers and their fries, and pretty good. I think the last time that I went, David Ellefson, formerly of Megadeth, was there doing a podcast that my friend was doing, and then doing a signing afterwards.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. He had his coffee. He has some kind of ground coffee that he was selling. So if you go to the David Ellefson website, he has I forget what the name of the coffee was, but
I remember the last time I went now, and now it's a sad story just based off of recent events. Black Dahlia Murder were there for one of their new albums, and I'm just shit. Yeah,
damn.
R.I.P. to Trevor.
That's crazy shit. I know. So, but I think Burger of the Month is Pig Destroyer Burger.
Yeah, one, can never go wrong with that band, and two, that burger. Have you heard the band?
I have heard the band.
Okay, they're
I have.
Great.
They are. Speaking of great, Suffocation played the other night, Monday, over at the Glass House.
I would have been way too tired for that after work.
So, oh man.
Well, that was a question I wanted to ask. What are your thoughts on going to shows after work? I used to be able to do
tiring.
it,
Fucking tiring.
Yeah.
Here's the band has to end no later than 10.
Thank you.
The band has to cut off at 10, no later. Yes. I am not there to see a band that goes on at 11 p.m. or midnight, close to 1 a.m. Fuck it. Yeah. Why? Cut it off at 10. Start the show early.
I like how you're
back when I used to manage one of my friends' bands who was a psychedelic rock 3-piece band, and I booked their show. It was at Shamrock's Park Grill that used to exist in Chino Hills that no longer are there. I was booking with the promoter, trying to get early slots, trying to end early. Nope, that conflicting. That was the worst way of booking with that lady. I mean, she added a couple bands, and it's set times and all that. It's the worst comes the worst. The last band that I had booked only got to play 2 songs, and they brought the crowd.
What time did they end up playing at?
Huh? I don't know. We bailed after, I don't know. We bailed after my buddy's set, maybe about an hour after. I don't know. We bailed, though. We didn't really get paid for that one. When I booked at Friar Tuck's in Pomona, that was actually pretty good. Everybody played, and it was good, and made the bar paid the band $200.
You're the same way as me, though. I have a hard cut. Even if it's the weekend, hard cutoff.
Yeah.
10 p.m.
10 o'clock. That's it.
I don't care. It could be a band that I've been wanting to see forever. 10 o'clock comes, I could care less.
But if they're playing and they go past 10 o'clock, they go into 11, I'm fine with that. They end at 11, that's fine. But if you're starting at 11, that's a problem.
Oh yeah, unless it's one of those once in a lifetime events, and I'm just oh shit, I have to actually stay because this is the main draw that made me go. But that's another thing. Would you, if the band you want to see ended up performing that late, would you be forced to stay?
Okay, this has happened to me numerous times where I would go to the Whiskey a Go-Go for friends bands.
1 a.m.
For
1 a.m.
Okay, for friends bands that headline that night and they're big time headliners, I have gone and I've stayed for maybe 3 songs, 4 songs, and bailed.
I salute.
Here's the reason why. They're close friends of mine. They had huge hits back in the day, so I'm not gonna not go and support them, even if it's for a few songs. I even tell them, it's late and I got off of work, I'm tired, I'll be here for a few songs, I'm here to support, but I can't stay the whole night, and they're very understanding.
Question, does the Whiskey still do 20 opening bands and have the headliner play 1 a.m.?
I stopped going to the Whiskey. I will not go to West Hollywood, anywhere near LA. So
I stopped after the last show, ended at 2:30 a.m.
Oh,
and
man.
It just made no sense.
I remember
there was like 7 openers.
Yeah, it's pretty bad because I had went to see some of my favorite bands that headline, and there's like 10,000 freaking opening bands. I'm like, come on, and it's never like the bands don't fit with the opener or with the headliner. Never. You go to any freaking gig, if anybody knows how to book the same fucking genre or subgenre. Don't jump around. At this point, you're just money hungry.
At the whiskey, come on.
The whiskey. Hollyweird.
I haven't gone to a show on Hollywood, like even pre-pandemic, in quite a long time.
The last show that I ever went to was at the Viper Room. It was like I think Holy Grail had a headline that night. They're pretty good. If you want to check them out, check out Holy Grail. They're pretty badass. While you're at
me,
yeah.
go
ahead.
For me, it was probably like Pro Mags, 2015, 14.
Yeah. Okay. I will never again do a show in Hollywood. Never.
No.
It's over for me. If I want to see a show that bad, I'll go out of town or wait until they come closer somewhere or in the next, like, Orange County or IE. But that's it.
Man, I love the IE.
IE's great. It's no bullshit kind of thing, and
Should we tell people what the IE is for the uninitiated?
For the ones that don't know what IE means, Inland Empire, which would consist of places as Montclair, Ontario, Rancho, Fontana, Redlands,
Corona.
Corona's IE. I would consider it, but that's more like Riverside County, I would think. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. No, maybe you're right. It is.
Maybe Chino Hills. Pomona's still LA County, but it's on the far side. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah.
It's like a paradise in California.
Honestly, I would rather go out to Palm Springs to see a band, or out to like Morongo or Samuel, it's Yamava.
Hey, I used to live in San Diego. Worst place I ever lived.
What makes you say that? And why was it the worst place you ever lived?
There was nothing for people our age. The best thing there was a metal-themed bar called Kindred.
I have to look into that. Thank you for telling me.
Well, it's a vegan metal-themed bar, for one.
Never mind. You changed my mind.
Come on. But for 2, they play Sleep Dope Smoker the whole time you're in there.
Oh, God.
And no, they have great food though. Like, I brought all my non-vegan friends to it just because I'm like, oh yeah, there's a metal themed bar, and they thought the food was great.
I wouldn't mind to go to check it out, but just to go in and look, I'm not gonna sit down. Not my forte.
My favorite thing that they had there was a vegan version of Long John Silver called Long Bong Jilvers.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
And then they had vegan Arby's because they had a tiki night called the Permanent Vacation.
Wow.
And they would just do random like vegan takes on fast food. So they would have like the horsey sauce and everything, but they would call it like
they have their own variation.
Magic flour. Exactly.
Got
but it would be more like stoner-esque.
Oh wow. I feel like that's kind of like the whole thing with Girl Mall.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then not to mention Jack's late night like munchie box.
I used to get it. I've never been a smoker or anything, but I used to be like, oh, it's 3 a.m. This is available, and I am a chubby man.
Hey, it's for $9, you get a soda and like tacos and a burger and fries, some mixed fries. Why the hell not?
If they make a vegan version of something like that, you bet your ass I'm going to eat all of it and not regret it. That's diet be damned.
Hell, I don't regret shit.
No, exactly. And I've been told, like, I know when I've been going to the office, I've been bringing like Soylent and shit. I've been off that for a few weeks now. I've been like, I need to fucking enjoy food again and life. We're young.
Time to eat.
Exactly. Give me the fucking quarter pound Impossible burgers and whatnot.
Give me a flat iron steak.
Whatever floats your boat.
Exactly. So
you'll be floating along with the boat with that, boy.
Oh yeah. No doubt about that. All right, we're about ready to wrap this up. You got anything else you'd like to say, Brutal Brit?
I have no idea. I think we went on for too long about food. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. Hey, this is our podcast. We could talk about what the hell we want. Food.
Yeah. As we said, it's a luxury. This is a luxury to listen to us blabber.
Yeah, it's a podcast, so we blabber. So random shit. Not to be confused with cowboy shit. If you're a wrestling fan, you're an AEW fan, you know it's an Adam Page thing. Anyway, all right, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you for listening to the Fun Never Ends podcast. Watch out for the release of the older episodes, one where Brutal Brett was feeling under the weather, and there was another one post that as well. But yeah, check it out. Subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, spread the word. Fun Never Ends podcast. Go to funneverendspodcast.com. Find us on all your podcast sites and whatnot, wherever you listen to it. For me and Brutal Brett, this has been Fun Never Ends Podcast. We will catch you next time. We're signing off. Catch you all later. Bye.